Welcome to the Awaken On Purpose podcast, where each week I share insight, inspiration, and advice for quantum leaping into new levels of expansion in your purpose and mission as a visionary leader and way shower. You'll also hear from other new paradigm leaders who share their inspirational stories and wisdom. If you're passionate about embodying your highest destiny and leading others through this great awakening into the next golden age, this show is for you. Hi, everyone. It is really my great joy to have as a guest to the show today, Kim van de Sande. She is a sacred architect, cosmic channel, master healer, and teacher who helps people all across the globe to ascend and amplify their ability to fully embody their divine potential with the speed of light. And not only does she powerfully help souls align to their highest timeline, but she also aligns CEOs to new Earth Entrepreneurship. Welcome, Kim.
Thank you, Jennifer. So excited to be here sharing space with you.
I know, likewise. I am too. I'm so excited. I'd love to just jump right in and hear more about, what inspired you to get into this work, because we were just having a brief chat before we hit record and saying that, this journey isn't for the faint of heart.
No, it isn't. No, it's really... I believe that when, as a soul, before we came to the Earth Star, we chose certain things we wanted to master in life. We chose certain things we wanted to learn, to discover, and through the polarities on the Earth Star, grow and expand in our awareness, in our consciousness. And I can say that now from where I stand now, but it wasn't at the beginning of my life. I started my journey as a beautiful girl who felt different things than people in my surroundings, and I was very enthusiastic, very intuitive. I could sense energies, but not a lot of people in my surroundings could. So at one point, I felt so different that I stopped being myself. I started mirroring other people, and by that, I just, in a way, closed my light, closed my connection with some higher guidance. And yeah, even on the different paths in my life, like my father died when I was very, very young. So there was a big turning point in my life, but also a big awareness where I felt that things that would please other people, that would fulfill other people, wouldn't fulfill me. It was a deep, it awakened a deep journey into myself, like what is life about, and what is, even as young as I was then. And yeah, life just went on, and I was constantly looking, but couldn't find the answers because I was looking for the answers outside of myself. So at one point when I was older, I got a burnout. There again was an important key in my life, an important awakening moment, and a lot of new awareness arise. And I was looking again deeper to the meaning. What is life about? I feel something within myself. I feel I have a higher calling, but I can't quite find or feel what it is, or can't. It's also your logical mind that really wants to understand, but your heart knows it. That there was really always also what I've noticed my whole life. I felt this mission, I felt this calling, but I couldn't quite figure it out. So after my burnout, I recovered and I just went on with life again. My body was healed and I could just do anything. And then you just notice that you again go within the cycles of the past. So again, copying others and doing all those things. And then at one point, my body said, just stop. So I created, in my belief system, I feel like I created a chronic illness, and that was my rock bottom. So that was my moment where my body said, stop. And where my body said, now you need to listen. I couldn't do anything more. So there was only silence. And within this silence, I reconnected to myself. I saw this pure light, this pure essence of me. And that is what allowed me to awaken more of my divine self. So it was a couple of years ago now. And that was really my big awakening, my big journey. And in that now moment, I've always, my whole life, looked at ways to how can I evolve myself, how can I look beyond the current understanding, how can I grow, how can I expand. And in that moment, I just said to myself, I don't want this to be my reality for the rest of my life. I have a young family, I want to do fun things, I want to live, I want to dream, I want to honor this deep desire I have within myself to be on mission and to live a fulfilling life. And that was really, it was really such a turning point. And when you then finally align to that light, align to that power that is within you, that deep calling, just beautiful people and places came on my path, and just the one after the other sign, a synchronicity. And when you then align and when you then trust that these things are guiding you, yeah, that was just, the last few years was just an enormous acceleration where my light language opened up and more of my divine gifts and talents, my connection became stronger. And now I'm in a place where I can give from others from overflow. I've healed my body, I've healed my life. And it's really, yeah, it's just magical. But it started by me first recognizing the light within me, the potency within my heart, and also honoring the mission and the desire, the higher calling I've always felt. But before, as a young girl, I couldn't place that. And now, after all these experiences, after all my life awakenings and initiations, I can now place these different things in the right order. And I can see that I wanted to master these things so I can stand now where I'm today, where I can share these teachings with others. So, yeah, a little bit of my life in a nutshell. But
Yeah. I love what you said, or what you shared about having to step back as a result of not feeling well, in order to step forward. So many of us, have lived in a society, right, that promotes continuing to just do more and do more.
yes,
And that part of living life is pushing forward and feeling like you have to push and feeling like everything's hard. And that's an inversion.
yes, it is. Yeah,
The truth is that part of our being and how we are created is to live in joy, is to live in alignment. And
yes,
of course there's polarity, because we wouldn't understand the value, right, of that alignment and that joy, and those higher vibe experiences without the other part of the human experiences, which is learning the lessons and overcoming the challenges along the way. But so many people experience that, and I have as well, falling ill.
mm-hmm.
And I've also noticed that there's always a correlation, even with the type of illness that comes about,
Yes, yes,
and spiritually, what that is pointing us to in terms of what needs to come forward to be, healed and transmuted. So I just really, really love that you bring that up. And it's really true that if we're not feeling joy, or we're feeling like anything's forced, it's an indication that there's something, to be acknowledged there.
yeah. And also the lesson, because what I've known before, my body and my field were giving me signs that I was out of alignment with myself, with my true authentic self already through my burnout. But I was still looking for the answers outside of myself. And that is what my illness a couple of years later forced me to look deep within, because I didn't have the energy to go outward anymore. I didn't have the energy to find the answers outside of myself. I was just forced to really look within myself. And that is also what I now share with the world. All you are looking for, all the answers, but also all the healing technologies and the wisdom, it is within you. And indeed, it can be in co-creation with others. But the essence that is within you, it's not outside of you. It's stored deep within you and within your connection with the divine and Mother Earth, and really to recognize the potency that we have within ourselves. And just as a human being, just as a collective, we are just at the beginning of discovering the potency of discovering, the possibilities we have. I like that in my book, I share about magic, about wonders, about how do you say it, miracle healing. But what if these miracles aren't miracles and we discover the divine technology that is behind that? Because I truly believe when you elevate your frequency, when you come back to your divine self, you will discover that these miracles are available for everyone, that they are just energies we can tap into. And that's really what the last years have awakened within me, that these miracles, these stories, if you are truly aligning to your divine self, truly aligning within, that is possible for you. And that is really, it's opening up to possibilities, to just infinite solutions. And instead of the lack that we have been taught when we're growing up, like the system where we were stuck in, and we can only do it this way, or you can only heal through this, or you can only, almost the limited self. And it's just inviting us to expand and to step into a more expanded way of being, but also an expanded way of receiving and of connecting with ourselves. So it's a beautiful journey we are all on, and it's really empowering. I think that's the most important message. Nothing is lost.
Yes, exactly. It's so empowering, and especially living in this time. You know, we're living in a very significant time, and many are being called to bring forward that ancient wisdom, you know, all of that training, from training for, I guess, maybe like lack of a better way to put it, but experiences and knowledge, you know, from other lifetimes to bring forward into the now. I hear, you know, often this time being referred to as like the Great Awakening, and it is in a way, but it's a time of remembering.
Yes, it is.
Because we have all of this wisdom already, and we lived in a much more harmonious way, you know.
Yes.
In more ancient times, and so it's just is really cool to
Yes,
be here at this time.
Yeah.
And to be part of all of that. Kim, I'd love for you to share a little more in depth about the work that you do.
Yeah, it's the work I do with it, it's different as it is attuned to the person I'm co-creating with them with. But in the essence, it's bringing people back to the essence of themselves, bringing them back to a strong foundation they have with the divine, with Mother Earth, creating this strong foundation where they can bring their legacy into the world. So it's constantly attuning to what a client needs, or what a group needs, and to really find out what are the slower vibrations that needs to be transformed, what is currently holding you back of bringing what you desire into your life, living your mission, your highest calling. And that is different for everyone. But it's interesting that sometimes these energies can already be from past life energies, can be from family lineage, from collective energies. We are so conditioned that what is holding us up back should be from this lifetime. But there are so many, we are just a multidimensional being of light, and there are so many layers that can be released. And that is through the programs I create, but also through the one-on-one sessions. We just go through these layers. It is like peeling away all that is not you to come back to the essence of you. And the essence of you, when you are fully being you, that is already your contribution. And then when you are in flow with yourself, that is what I co-create with clients. When they are in flow, they just create the most magical things. They create a business they desire, they create a beautiful painting, a beautiful artwork, they create whatever in any way that feels aligned to them. But then it flows. So they suddenly have abundance, but it flows just from the new earth way, from a connected way, from an ease-filled way, instead of just pushing yourself and overgiving and burning out your body. So it's really from a new paradigm way, but it starts by first connecting within and connecting with the divine and the universe and Mother Earth for inspiration, for guidance, and to really let your divine feminine guide you in the next aligned step, instead of you from the old masculine energy, just forcing yourself to create or forcing yourself to move forward. To really, it's almost like taking a step back and building this foundation, feeling this strong energetic field within yourself, and to then create from that. So yeah, it's magical what happens, but it's really a journey into self. I think that's the most important thing, and that is for everyone different. And also the results they create, because some people come and they really want to build their business and amplify their wealth, but other people really want to build the confidence to speak, or to just be, or to share. And that's really it's just beautiful to witness what is happening when people reconnect and remember, because that's the most important key.
Yeah, I've always believed that, you know, in reconnecting, or, you know, aligning to the essence of who we are, everything else falls into place.
Yes. But also many things fall away, because when you are connected with the essence, you will notice that you don't need as much as you thought you would before. Because before, most things you wanted were created to maybe not feel, or were created to fill up an empty space within yourself. But if you're truly connected, you don't need these distractions. You can just be your essence, and from your essence, you live in the now moment, and you just allow. It feels fulfilling, it feels joyful, it feels beautiful. And of course, you still have those moments where you feel challenged, but when you have this strong foundation within yourself, and when you have reconnected to your divine gifts and talents, you also have the tools to just navigate with whatever comes on your path. So if you then get a slower vibration trigger again in your field, you just notice, oh, this is a slower vibration, and I am wholeness, and you're just allowing yourself to transform that more quickly. You will notice that you get more resilient. I think that's the most important thing. Resilience within yourself, empowered, and from the place you can create whatever you desire. But it starts by feeling that resilience within yourself.
Yeah, so beautiful. Resilience is a great segue into my next question. Um, we were saying at the beginning of our conversation how this journey isn't always for the faint of heart, because there is a lot of, unlearning, remembering, deconditioning. And what is a significant challenge or lesson that you've mastered or overcome, that you could share with the listeners that could be useful on their journey, their own journey? Because there's a desire, right, to align with the essence of who you are and to create positive impact in the world. um, but there are challenges along the way.
Yes, it is. I think for me, the most significant lesson was to really be me, to allow myself to really, it started with love, to love myself, to love my body, to just feel the love for myself and the connectedness to something higher. And then it just started
Mhm.
by allowing myself to express myself in any way. And really, each time I noticed the self-sabotaging energy or the mind trying to stop me from expressing or trying to prevent me from doing something, to just take myself back to my heart and to really again feel what is my essence sharing, what is my body sharing, to really co-create with all the different elements you have. So to co-create with your emotions, to co-create with your body senses, to co-create with the elements of the universe. It's really, yeah, coming back to myself. And each time all the challenges in my life have uh, in a way sometimes forced me to go back to that place, forced me to notice the signals my body were giving me, to notice the signals my emotions were giving me. And you will notice the more you, let's take your emotions as an example. You will
Mhm.
notice the more you become aware of your emotions. So someone is telling you something and you feel like this is not feeling aligned, or this is not feeling loving, that you just embrace yourself in that, instead of your mind saying, oh no, this is nothing. Or it starts by those little things. And when you become aware of the little things, you will notice that more will be revealed. It is like just it is almost like this one light that is guiding you forward. So but it starts by awareness. So what is awareness? I think that's an important key, the love and the awareness. I am worthy of living my best life right now, and I'm worthy of creating what I desire. And that really allowed me to move forward, or to, yeah, be where I am today. So that's what I would suggest people, to just first start with awareness and with self-love. As self-love, it starts with, if you don't love yourself, you don't allow yourself to receive, you don't allow yourself to set healthy boundaries, you don't allow yourself to expect more from yourself than you're currently doing. So there are so many important keys in that. In love, there's so many different dimensions and so many different ways to approach that and to feel that within your body. And to, yeah, so I would say love and awareness. Those two are important keys to on your journey, on everything you want to create. Yeah.
For sure. I was just going to say I love that, and then no pun intended. I mean, I do love it. Love and awareness. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
Um, tell us about, because you have a book, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
tell us all about that.
Yes, it's amazing. It has just been launched on the 21st of June. So the book is called Activating the Flower of Love, a sacred guide to manifesting your deepest desires and highest calling. And the book contains of two parts. The first part is inviting you in a loving, ease-filled way, or in a way supporting you to release your slower vibrations and to clear your field from all that is not supporting you. And the second part is activating your divine blueprint. So the book is a living transmission. I've channeled it, and it's co-creating with your higher self and your team of light. So even though you go through a physical journey through the book, you're also being guided to multidimensionally interact with these frequencies, allowing you with love to release these slower vibrations, to build this strong energetic foundation, to peel away the layers that are not you, and then to activate your divine blueprint, to activate your divine light, and to just allow from that your light to arise and to manifest what you desire. Because in the end, that is the most important thing from the book, is you being you. That is what creates the vortex, what in a way allows you to manifest what you deeply desire, because then the resistance is gone, then your field is being cohesive, is created like in the direction you really desire to go, instead of these sabotaging energies that one part of you wants to create abundance, but there is also a lack consciousness still in your field. So the first part is inviting you to release these slower vibrations, and then to activate your divine potential, to activate your beingness, because that's the important thing, and then to just allow the magic of you to unfold. So yeah, it's exciting. The book is out, and it's great that it's being shared and that these teachings go into the world. And yeah, so I'm super excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited too. I can't wait to check it out. You also have a summit coming up, right?
Yes, it starts next week, so that's excited.
Mhm.
You're a part of it as well. So
Yes,
it's
I'm
called
honored to be a part of it.
yes.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to your masterclass, and it's really amazing. It's this time it's a Divine Empowerment Summit, and this is the summer edition. So with this summit, we support people to really feel empowered from within. So with divine tools, activations, teachings, each participant shares something beautiful to empower yourself from within, to have tools to navigate these times, to really come back to the essence of you, and to then create what you desire. So it's really amazing. And we did one in February. It's amazing what everyone shares, and the amazing results people get. And this one is powerful as well, as we have a live Q&A call. So that's new for this one. So it's amazing. So people can also ask questions after they watch the recording, or watch the master classes. So that's really amazing to really dive deeper into the essence of what is being shared, but also to, if you have questions, to share. So, but the most thing I also love is that we as a collective, as a group, just share our wisdom in a new earth way, sharing, co-creating, and yeah, in a joyful way. And I think also that is an inspiration I've noticed for people that are joining, to really just be yourself and to co-create with people that you feel aligned to, and to bring that into the world. That just creates magic, and that's really amazing. So thank you for also being part of that.
Yeah, I'm excited to be. I'm just thankful and honored to be a part of it. I love playing in that way.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, but it is just ourselves co-creating from what we love, from our essence, sharing.
Yes.
And then it just magnifies by being in your flow of energy, by doing what you love. It just amplifies whatever you desire. Yeah, so that's really amazing.
So much so. Kim, just in closing, what else are you feeling guided to bring forward?
I think the most important thing is to be yourself. That is the
Mhm.
most important message, because when you allow yourself to be yourself, more magic will be revealed. And that's really, and to not, I think another important message is to not, to stop the mirroring outside of yourself. So you
Mhm.
don't have to be like others. You came here to embody and to share your unique divine frequencies. There are frequencies that only you can embody here on earth, and only you can share. And that is not by becoming someone else, and that is not by copying someone else. It is finding your true authentic self, and to really bring that into the world, because that is what will bring the most contribution. And that's also what the earth needs. You came here in this time and space to share something unique, not to be someone else. So by you being you, it's not only good for yourself, because by you being you, you become highly magnetic for what you desire, but it's also good for the collective, because you are embodying your unique frequencies, and you are allowing to give from overflow, and that just ripples out in so many magnificent ways, magical ways. So it's really, yeah, finding the way back to your authentic self and feeling confident to share that with the world, because that is the biggest gift you can give, not only for yourself, but also for the collective. So I think that would be my most important message now. Yes.
I love that you bring that forward. Of course, divinely guided and highly aligned,
Yes.
because we are, a lot of the listeners of this show are people that are way showers, industry disruptors, people that are forging, a new path. And it's so important not to question that, where you're being guided to move forward, because we are living in a time that is why I'm
Yes.
here, you're here, and many of the people that are listening are here, are to birth new creations and to
Yes.
forge paths that don't necessarily exist today. So very important. And what a wonderful way to
Yes.
end our conversation today. So if someone wanted to reach out to connect with you directly, where would be the best place for them to go?
You can find me on Facebook, Kim van der Sande, or you can find my business, kimness.nl, and you can just connect, send me an email, or find out the beautiful videos on YouTube, as I have some beautiful light language transmissions as well there. So yeah, there are many ways to connect, but I would say my website and my Facebook page, or just send me a message if you want to know more and discover more. Yes.
Awesome. And we would love for anyone listening to join us for the summit too. That will be another fantastic way to be able to connect with you directly through the masterclass and through the Q&A as well.
Yes, that will be amazing. You can find it on your platform as well as my platform. So yes, that will be amazing. I hope to see you next week.
Awesome. Kim, thank you so much. It really just was such an honor to be able to have you on the show today. And thank you for just sharing your light and all that you do.
Thank you for your unique contribution and your sharing and creating this sacred space. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Awaken on Purpose podcast. Please visit me and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts or at awakenonpurpose.com so you never miss an episode. To learn more about how you can embody new levels of expansion in your purpose and mission as a visionary leader and way shower, visit me at jenniferspoor.com.